You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up, Bryce?
So this is great to get to have my two boys here. How was your weekend? What you guys do?
It was good. It was tiring.
Tell me
Just
why.
because, what did we do Friday? We just hung out.
No, we went out.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like hung out. We had some friends in town.
I like to
Ben
go out with you
Fiedler
guys
came
one
out.
time.
You
Mom
would
and I.
not like it.
I mean, if he did a Lost Boy over under night, he wouldn't mind
What
that.
I'm saying is go out and like 11:30, leave you guys.
We won't leave till like 11.
So go out for 45 minutes, then leave.
Okay.
No, I mean, we could also just go out at 9.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's
Right.
true.
I would go out and then
We started going out at 8 last night.
No, we pregame from 8 to 11. We didn't leave for La Victoria until 11.
Blue drink.
All right, but I'd even be happy coming to your place for an hour or two with your
You're
friends.
welcome.
We don't embarrass you. Do we embarrass you?
You know you're welcome anytime. Like, you've just never been like, okay, can we come over?
Well, I say, what
It's
are
an
you
open
guys
invite.
doing?
It's
Oh, so you were like playing. You wanna
I was like,
you wanna be invited.
I think
What are you guys up to? Oh, we're hanging out. What are you up to? That nothing.
I don't want to rain your parade, but I think Mom and I would have fun coming out for an hour or two.
You're welcome to any time.
All right.
There are certain nights that you would not like, and then there are others that you would.
well, we'll tell you. We won't be like a night where we're going clubbing or something.
I don't want to go
with
clubbing.
us.
I don't care about
But
that.
like if we go to the wharf, you've been to the wharf with us.
yeah, you've been out to the wharf with us.
I don't. Maybe we'll just come.
That's
out.
like the chillest night is a wharf night. Any other night is like a crazy one.
The thing is, like, even
Right?
if we go to Lost Boy, like we went to Lost Boy Friday, and it was packed and hot,
And loud.
Dad would hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but remember the night we went
And that's
to
a chill bar.
That's like the chillest bar.
We went to another bar with you guys once where it was fun.
There.
I think were you there maybe? Kevin and Terry?
Oh, I took them to Sweet Liberty once.
Right.
Oh.
That was cool. Sweet Liberty's an older crowd, so you would
Yes.
like it.
Sweet Liberty's
Yeah.
like people in the
I just
30s.
like being with you guys. Like I was so happy that you and Jay came by yesterday and hung out with us for a couple hours. That was so
Yeah,
nice.
that was fun. That was a good
wasn't it?
time.
And you were telling some good stories. You
Yeah.
and your little Brycey would talk in a mood.
Bryce gets in talk moods.
He does.
For
I
sure.
love it. He was telling us great
Well,
stories.
I had a new crowd, and
No,
they were loving.
he told us some good
they were
ones about
loving the
Turney.
stories, so I kept
What
telling
kind,
the
what kind of
stories.
stories?
All like the prank stories from college and stuff about
When he
how
ran
we
away with the
pranked
7-Up
other friends.
bottle, whatever. It was like funny stuff.
That was a good one.
So you,
I've heard all of Bryce's stories way
so
too much.
Friday
20
night,
times.
So Friday night you did that.
Friday night we just hung out casually. Yeah,
Did you go out at all?
We went out. That's what I mean by hung out. Like we went out, but like it wasn't crazy, right? We just went to a couple bars.
It was just like a guys' night, just hanging out.
Yeah, and then yesterday I went to the NASCAR race at the Homestead Speedway, which
I
is
see you
super
sporting
cool.
the shirt.
I'm wearing my NASCAR shirt. Crazy shit, just like
How'd you get into the booth and everything?
because the team we were with. So Burke's girlfriend's dad. I'm not going to say names. His company sponsors the team. They're like the main sponsor.
Oh,
So
I got
of
it.
the number 21 car. So we went with the team.
But why does it say Dixie Vodka?
That's the sponsor of the race. This is the
Understood.
Dixie Vodka 400 was the race.
Never even heard of Dixie Vodka in my life.
Me neither.
Me neither. But they must have money.
I
To
guess.
sponsor a race, yeah, for sure. But it was crazy. We were in the we got to hang out in the pits. I was like sitting with the race engineer
photos.
with the headphones
Did you meet the
on.
driver?
Yeah, met the
Nice
driver.
guy.
You should
Austin
show
Hill
some
was
of
the
the
driver.
photos. Should pull them up. They're good. They're cool photos.
Show to you, like show on here.
Yeah.
Just super cool. Like was
And
hanging
where
in
was
the
it?
pits.
Homestead?
Yeah, which is crazy so far.
Was
It's
it a
far,
nice-
isn't it?
Nice, like state. I didn't even know there's a stadium.
No, it's the track is like
How
a
long did it
nice-
take to get there?
An hour from
So
Miami.
I had, when I first moved to Florida, maybe about 5 years in Florida, I had a trial in Homestead. And I had to drive there for like 2 days. I go there and go back from Boca.
Oh yeah, that's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
so
very
south
far.
and so west.
You're literally. We were 20 minutes from Key Largo. That's how south it is.
From Cuba, right?
Almost, basically.
Wow, it's 20 minutes
But
from Key
the
Largo.
NASCAR race was crazy. Whole different subculture. Like these people, like I didn't know any of that world existed, and it's a world.
And
Is
I
it?
don't think-
It isn't. It's a white trash world.
Not white trash. It's just different. A different culture.
And I bet the Homestead race isn't like the most cultural.
Oh,
race.
definitely not.
Scaled one, right?
No. I'm saying I bet like you go like to the Midwest races.
or like Daytona.
yeah, and those are going to
Talladega.
be more like real culture, like real racing culture, you know?
Yeah, like a lot of the people there were like Hispanic.
Yeah, Miami people.
Yeah. But it was very cool. I enjoyed the day a lot. And then last night we had a friend's birthday party.
Oh, how was that the one that you ruined surprise?
Oh yeah, did Bryce tell you?
Yeah, Bryce hung
did I
with
tell
us.
you?
So it was this girl surprise.
You were when you were drinking your
Aperol Spritz.
Negroni, Aperol Spritz, right?
Negroni
Spagliato.
with prosecco. Stunning.
You won't get that.
Yeah, I don't care to. Not. I just said it.
No, hot D, but that's right. So it was a friend of ours' birthday, and so it was like one of her friends was having a surprise birthday party. And so texted all of us. We told all our friends. We were like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be Saturday night. So this girl's on our kickball team. So we were playing kickball. We had a kickball game this week, and we
Did
always
you win?
No, close. We were down by 1.
They
We
won on
should
a
have
walk
won.
off.
We should have won.
We were down by 5, and then it was the last inning, and then we hit a 3-run inside the park home run, and then I kicked somebody in, and then it was tie game, and then they batted right after, and they got one.
It wasn't tied. We had up.
We were up one.
And they
We were
scored
up
2.
one.
That's
Right.
it.
Shame. All right, so come at the party.
So after our kickball games, we'll go to we'll walk to there are a couple of bars in the area that are close walking distance. So we'll walk and just hang out, whatever, right? Thursday night. And so we're all hanging out. And before, Bryce texted in the guys group chat, just the guys who were on the kickball team, and he was like, do not mention her birthday. It's a surprise. I know one of you is going to fuck it up. I'm warning everyone out. Do not talk about it.
And then Brad's not even had a full in-person conversation
With
about
the group
it.
of guys.
You remember the office
No, just
thing?
me and Bryce were like, oh, I said Bryce, I was like, I'm so worried. I'm just going to be like, oh, hey, Ariana, can't wait for your surprise birthday. Like, I was so worried I was just going to blow it. But so we're sitting at this bar, and she goes, oh, it's my birthday. I'm thinking of having some people over for like a pregame on Saturday
It's a lot
night.
of pressure not
No,
fuck it
so
up.
she says that.
Well, no, this is
Oh, no,
when we're
so
in the
we
car.
drove her.
But don't you agree it's a lot of pressure, like to say, because you'd be like, oh, I know, can't wait to see her, see
Yeah.
her tomorrow.
No, so we drove her to kickball because we live right next to each other. And in the car, she goes, guys, I'm like thinking of having some people over on Saturday for my birthday. And Bryce and I look at each other and we don't know what to say because it's like, does she know about the surprise? Is that what she's saying? Is it not a surprise anymore? So Bryce and I look at each other and we're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're like,
that's what we say. We're like,
sure.
sure. Because we didn't know how to play it.
I'm with you.
And so she thought we were assholes. She was like, I just invited you to my
these people.
birthday. And you guys are like,
So
sure.
standoffish, right.
But then we're at the bar and she says the same thing to the bigger group. And one of our friends goes, oh, I thought it was a surprise. Just like that. And we're all like, everyone stopped. And she's like, huh? And we're like, oh,
So she
no.
knew.
She knew.
She full on knew because then we all talked about it. And we were like, this stays between us. You're not telling any of the girls that you know. You're showing up on Saturday night and you're going to pretend like you're surprised and you're going to win the Oscar for how
And
surprised
did
she is.
she-
She walks in. We all go surprised. She goes, oh.
No, she goes like
It was
this.
the
She goes,
worst acting
she
ever.
walks in, and as we're standing up to go surprise, she goes,
It was so
we're like,
bad.
ah, damn it. And then the girl goes,
No.
"You really-"
I said to her,
No. The girl goes, you really didn't look surprised at all. And she was like, you guys got me. I'm just so shook. Like,
Yeah, she was
I
like,
don't
I'm shocked.
even know how to react. And the girl bought it.
so, but then,
Okay.
No, but then later on in the party, one of her friends, like she has a friend from college who recently moved down to Miami, who's a nice dude who came to the kickball game, but I didn't have his number. I don't have his number yet, just whatever. So I told her, I was like, oh, I wanted to invite Josh, but I didn't have his number, and I couldn't text you for his number because then you would know.
Right.
So I was like, oh, you should text him to come. And she goes, oh, no, he is coming. I told him yesterday. And then her friend, the birthday girl, said that. And then her friend turns to her and goes,
How'd you know?
how the fuck? What do you mean? You told him. And then she was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing was ruined.
all right, everybody had good intentions. Though.
Yeah.
No, it was fun. It was a good night.
So where was the party?
It was at an apartment, and then we all went to this club after. By the way, we didn't talk about how fucking offensive it was. So we show up to this club, which it's like the club
But the
doesn't
party
start-
was good. The
Great
friends
party.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, we are, I hate to pat ourselves on the back.
It's
Or the
me.
life of the party.
bring the party.
No. It's Bryce with a splash
Oh,
of
are you
rocks.
fucking kidding me? Do we
But
not
wait,
bring the party?
Excuse me,
everywhere we
gents.
go.
Wait, gents, I gotta say something. You get that from me because I bring the shit to the fucking party.
If we were not at that
People-
party, it would have been lame as
People
fuck.
they would've-
think
they
I'm
would've-
drunk.
This is
Yeah, and I'm not.
very
Egotistical.
egotistical and
Narcissistic.
narcissistic of us to say.
It's 100% the truth.
100%. We were like, all right, let's play this game.
We were
Everyone's
making
there.
everyone games. We
We're
were making
joking.
everyone
Nelly!
drink.
Nelly!
Are you gonna get her to tell you you're awesome or something?
I'm just saying, she understands.
No, it was honestly, and the party was amazing. It was one of the best pre-games I've ever been to in recent.
No, it's just
So
a lot
what
of
is
fun.
it that
It's
what
a lot
is
of
that
fun.
you guys do that you think?
we just are fun.
So now,
Am I awesome? I'm the fucking man, right? Sorry. Go ahead.
Go.
are you done? Hey, don't you
I am
fucking
done.
order me around? They were saying that there would be no party if those guys weren't at the party. And it said they get that like same way with
We said we bring the party.
Right. Don't you agree now? Same way when we go out, if we're not really there, it's pretty much boring.
So you brought her just to confirm your thought. We already confirmed it for you. Mom said Dad's the party.
Okay, thank you. I love you. You look very cute right now in your PJs. And by the way, you guys don't be dicks.
We agreed with you.
We're messing.
You don't have any right to mess. Okay.
Your life is a mess. You have no right to mess.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, Nelly, check yourself.
Okay.
Or wreck yourself.
All right, John Watson.
All right, baby.
Shout out John Watson. John Watson is one of the only non-Blooms that has had his voice on this podcast. When we were in Italy, he was our audience.
We love JW.
He was our audience for our Italy episode, and he was like, we're asking him some questions, and he was chiming in. Yeah.
He was probably at the race.
The NASCAR race?
No, probably not. We can get JW on the phone and ask him
sorry.
JW-isms.
Okay, so wait, let's get back to this. Yeah. Okay, bye, Mom. Love you.
These two are fucking.
She goes,
rude.
What's rude about that? We're a podcast. She doesn't have a microphone.
You're the man. You're the man.
All right, let's get this shit out of the way now. I'll see you in a little bit.
What?
All right, go ahead, Dix.
But no, you definitely Blooms bring the party for sure. But we always do, and then
We're middlers. We're middlers.
We're
middlers.
professional
Great
middlers.
episode, by the way.
Great episode.
Professional
No, my
middlers.
friends in college would always say, like, Joey would always be like, Bryce, you got to go middle. Because, like, you have to be able to bring random friend
Brand
groups
open
together.
up my Trinidad box? No. It's the hook.
And this party was like 3 different groups that like no one knew each other. So we didn't know anyone either. We only knew the birthday girl and like the people that we brought. So we
Any cute
brought
girls?
the group together.
Yeah.
And
I
don't say anything.
Me neither.
okay.
I don't kiss and tell.
What? Oh, you kissed. Nice.
So we
Anything with second date?
what?
Anything with second date?
You can't ask that on a public podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
course
not
I
talking
can.
about this publicly.
Okay. All right.
I've learned my lessons. I
Why
don't
not?
do that anymore. I don't have a good answer for that.
Wow. You
so-
too, Bryce?
No.
No.
Okay.
Bryce was talking. Bryce, guess who the one girl that Bryce approached in the whole club?
Dude.
Guess what ethnicity she was?
Black.
No, Asian.
Okay.
I was hanging out with Ben the whole night. It was honestly really fun.
Yeah.
All
Drinking
right.
blue
And
drink.
Ben had fun?
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
had a blast.
Ben lives where?
Now back in Boca.
He's in Boca, right?
Now he is.
He's moving. He said he's moving down here permanently for that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This
Yeah.
doesn't-
I'm just.
But yes, we were definitely the life of the party. We were like the ones playing all the games. We were getting everyone to like drink, have fun, whatever. So we go to this club, which usually
Wait, before we get into this, because that could be like a 30
Can you
minute
get your hand on my
conversation.
face?
I just have one thing to say about it.
I was gonna say, I was just telling Mom this, how we bring the party, whatever. These girls who we just met came up to us last night and were like, "Can we please be friends with you guys?" And we're like, "Sure."
Yeah, the girl hugged me. She was like,
Yeah.
"You guys are so fun. I love you guys so much. We need to be friends."
So-
I was like, "We're friends. We're hanging
So
out."
I was
What
like,
are you
"Yeah,
talking
we're
about?"
literally friends right now. It's okay." And then I was telling Bronson and Mom this. Nobody in Miami actually has any friends. Everyone's so new to Miami.
Yeah.
That's like the
Interesting.
4th time I've had somebody be like, "Hey, we should hang out more. Like, we should be
I
friends."
mean, think about all the people we've met in the last 2 months are like, "Yeah, I just moved to Miami."
Yeah.
Think about like all the guys that we hang out
Isn't
with.
that
Tony,
great?
they all just moved.
But isn't
Yeah.
that great?
Ariana just moved. Sarah just
Yeah.
moved. Tony just moved. Basically, like a lot of people are very
No, it's
new.
fun.
Tony owes you guys. Tony be fucking lost without you guys.
I enjoy meeting.
He would be,
people.
wouldn't
It's
he?
Nice.
Shout out Tony.
Yeah,
It's
shout
nice
out
to meet
Tony.
new
He'd be
people.
lost.
I love meeting new people. It's fun. But we try to go to this club because it's like a good time, and then the weather was nice, and this is like an indoor-outdoor club. So it was going to be good. But the place usually, like after midnight, the place is so crowded you like can't get in.
What's the name of it?
La Victoria.
Yeah, no, okay.
It's like super crowded, and they'll like charge you $50 to $100 just to get in after midnight. So we're like, let's get there early. We had like a group of 17 people, like
Oh my God.
8 girls, like 7 guys. It was like a good group, right?
That's 15
Any
per
place
guy.
would want us in. Yeah. So we show up to this place at 11.
But can you even talk and do that? Why are you doing that?
So the light.
We were all talking the whole night at
Doesn't
the,
matter.
at the club.
So you can hear yourselves and everything?
For sure.
We
were all talking.
All right, no problem.
But we show up and they're like, okay, so it's going to be a $2,000 table.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
There was no one in line, by the way. We were the only people in line.
We were the first people at the place.
Well, that's what I mean. So we were the only people in line. They go, it's going to be a $2,000 thing for 10 of you. And then the rest, it's a $30 cover. And you can
Did
join.
you say blow me?
So we were like, there's no way. So
Right.
I said, what if we just don't want to take, like, They
We
only
just want to walk in.
they only offered that. They were like only that. So I said, let's just pay. Why can't we just
To
all
go
pay
in.
the $30 cover just to get in and no table? So finally, like they were like, okay, fine. We get in. We were the only people in the entire. It's not a small space. It's a large space. We were literally, I'm not exaggerating, the first people in the entire club.
time
So they
did you get there?
didn't let us in, and then they wanted us to buy a table. They weren't letting us in without buying a table, and we were the only people there. That's a
So what time do you stay until?
2.
And did it get more crowded?
Yeah, it was
Packed.
But here's the thing: they know it's gonna get packed, so they don't need to be like, "Well, let these people in now," and like
Right,
they
it's
know
true,
no matter
they know.
what, right? It
Because
doesn't
an
matter.
hour later, the place was mobbed.
Exactly.
But it was just crazy. It's like, oh my God.
Fun spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you realize like people right now are at Rufus. So there was this music festival in Miami this weekend called 3 Points, which is like an EDM and house music festival, like electronic music.
Huh?
There were people who went Friday night, and
Oh, God.
this one is known for like everyone that you go there to do drugs, right? Pretty much.
It's an EDM festival.
Yeah. So like people would go Friday night till like 2-3 in the morning, and most people go out after the festival.
Where is this place?
In Wynwood. It's like in the warehouses in Wynwood.
Oh my God.
So people will go to this festival till like 2-3 in the morning from like 9 to 2. Then they'll go to like a club after till like 5. Tony was probably out till the sunrise last
But
night.
then you sleep all day.
Yeah, but it's
So
crazy.
stupid.
So people do it Friday night. Then they did it again Saturday night because it's a 2-day festival.
You need to grow the fuck
And then
up.
today, like the biggest DJ out of the whole thing was playing another concert. I saw a bunch of people in my story are going to that concert again
Where's Rufus playing?
in the amphitheater in Bayside or Bayfront, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
But it's like, are you serious? What the
Get
fuck?
a fucking life.
I mean, I guess if you like the
if
music,
that's what
I
you
just-
like, yeah. like-
I was out till 2 in the morning last night, and today I was like dying all day.
What'd you do today?
Absolutely nothing. I
you
slept all day.
the entire day.
Wow.
I was up all night because this fucking. Okay, so I get back home at 2, right? I go to sleep.
I didn't even hear it.
At 4 in the morning, I'm woken up to.
It was 7. It was 7 a.m.
No. I woke up at 4.
Oh, Ben and Jay said you came out at 7. Furious.
I came out at like 5:30 furious.
Where do those guys sleep, in the couch?
They slept on the couch. I wake up at 4 and there's like, it sounds like this, and it's loud, but it's clearly like coming through the walls because it's like dampened the sound, but it's like dum 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 dum. Like
Are you a pro beatboxer?
it's no, but it's like a deep.
How funny is it? Watch his face.
No, but why it's like why I'm saying like it wasn't like a song. It wasn't like a house
It was
music
just
song.
noise.
It was just like a beat, just a beat.
How'd it go again?
And so it's going, and it's so loud that it woke me up, and I couldn't sleep, and it was like repetitive too. So it like it gets in
Was
your
it coming
head.
from your neighbor or somewhere
It was
else?
coming from the neighbor for sure, either upstairs or next door.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe it's just an alarm or something. The thing didn't stop for 45 minutes. So now it's like 5 a.m. and I just tried to go to sleep. The same beat over and over. So I was like, I don't even understand what they were trying to do. Was it just like someone in their apartment like playing music?
it Ye playing?
But then I was like,
Danya.
no one's in there, right? It's probably just a thing. So, but I call the front desk to call security. I was like, you got to fucking stop this. This music is insanely loud. It's ridiculous. So then they call me. Then the music gets lowered, but I can still hear it, and I heard that it was lowered. So then the security called me, and they were like, they said they were going to lower it, which means that they
5 in the
talked to a
morning.
person.
It's 5 in the fucking morning.
Yeah,
Give me a
And
fucking
someone's
break.
playing a DJ set in their apartment. I don't even understand what they were doing.
Kind of cool. 3
No.
points.
But it was the same beat over and over.
name of the music.
That's what I don't get. It was the same beat over and over, and someone was there
But
playing
sometimes
it.
it also sounds like a lot of the music when you can't hear anything but the bass.
True.
It sounds like it's all the same.
Could be.
Those kids who used to play the music, it all sounded like one song.
But the fact that there was someone there, and then security called me, and they were like, "Okay, we asked them to lower it. Is it fine?" I was like, "No, I can still fucking hear it. It's insanely
Did
loud."
you curse at them?
Yeah. No, I don't think I cursed at security, but I was cursing out loud in my room. I was like freaking the fuck out because it was so annoying. So then like 5 minutes later, the music stopped. So I guess
And
security
it
went
should
back.
fucking
But
stop.
It just baffles me that someone was there playing that for themselves. I don't understand.
Probably
Because I
drunk.
didn't hear any music or I didn't hear any crowd noises.
They're probably
People.
just drunk blasting music.
It wasn't music. It was like
It was definitely just EDM music.
dum, 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 dum. That's what it sounded like.
You should podcast and beatbox
And be a
DJ.
DJ. It was very annoying. So
That was a nice weekend.
But then it was like 6 a.m. and I'm still up. And then now the sun is rising and I'm like, oh, fuck, I guess I'm up. So then 11 came around and then I went back to sleep till like 4. It was a horrible day. It sucked.
Check out this social schedule we have coming up.
It's going to be an expensive cut next month.
Birthday party Friday.
Whose party?
Burke's girlfriend's sister.
Oh, yeah.
Birthday party Friday.
Another birthday.
And another birthday party after that
Friday
birthday
night.
party. Friday night. Saturday, Halloween.
Next weekend, Bryce's
Next
birthday.
Friday/Saturday, my birthday.
Then the weekend after.
Then the weekend
LA.
after, LA. Then Thanksgiving. Then Christmas. Then New Year's.
Yeah, I mean, the end of the year is always like a rush to the end of the year.
Yeah,
it's always busy.
Great. It's the best 2
But
months.
like, this is going to be an expensive month. A lot of birthdays end of trip.
Oh,
In
yeah.
LA, I feel like I'm going to
Trip's
spend way too much in
expensive.
LA.
I'm going to just hang out with Burke and eat what he eats. He probably spends a lot of money, so.
Don't charge on my card.
Why would I charge on your card?
It's not even the eating. It's like the problem when you go out, like if I go out with my LA friends, right? It's like after
You're like
3 drinks in, I'm like, I'm buying us drinks because I'm like, I miss you guys. Let's have fun. And then it's like, oh, that
Yeah.
bill was $100. What? For 4 drinks? What the fuck?
When
'Cause
you
that's
visit
LA.
friends, it could be expensive,
Yeah.
especially a city like LA.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not bringing my credit cards to LA.
How much is a beer in LA?
$10 probably.
Could be worse.
LA and Miami prices are kind of the same now. It's
Okay.
kind of
Prices have definitely gone up.
definitely, but gas has gone down. I've noticed. Have you noticed that? I haven't seen gas in the 5s in a month.
Was gas ever in the 5s?
Yeah, definitely. I
Well, in
had like
LA,
5.
they're in the high 6 and 7.
It's like 7.
Here, my gas today in Brickell was $3.79. In Brickell,
Wow.
2 months ago it was $5.
Super unleaded?
Yeah, the highest end.
Wow.
$3.79 for the highest end?
Yeah.
No
I paid
way.
$4.79 for the
Oh,
highest
you got
end.
fucked.
Well, you know why
the
they're lowering
mobile
it.
on
You
the
know-
corner across from the Wendy's. The one
You know
that
why
didn't
they're
know
lowering
existed?
it?
Why?
Because the midterms. That's what yes, they're lowering it. They're
You
using
think
reserves.
that Biden like can control the
But
prices
yes,
that
yes.
mobile a private gas company
they're
is charging?
using the reserve gas.
No,
And it's for the midterm election. You're going to see once it go after midterms, it's going to go back up to reality. You'll see because interest rate's going to go by February up to 10%.
Are you registered to vote? For this?
I'm always registered to vote, aren't I?
I think you have to re-register sometimes.
I don't think
I re-registered. When you remember you
I'm
sent
not
me
voting.
that?
I'm not voting for this fucking thing.
I re-registered.
When is the vote?
November something.
November 4th or 6th.
But do you even
2
know who you're
weeks.
voting for?
I'm going to do Republican across the board.
You shouldn't do
That
that.
feels dangerous.
You shouldn't do that. You should always know what candidate.
What if one of the
you're voting
Republicans is like anti-Semitic?
for. You should always know what you're voting for. Just
That's why I'm not saying.
it takes an
No,
hour
just
to
vote
just
for
educate.
DeSantis. That's it.
And the laws. You should read the laws because those are the important things.
And Rubio.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person running against Rubio is a black
bad.
woman. I don't know if she's bad, but I know she's a
No,
black
she's
woman.
bad.
Who is it?
Val Demings. I don't know anything about her.
and she's
she was a
big-
sheriff though.
But she's
Who's-
a big Pelosi supporter.
Who's
Really?
going against DeSantis? It's
Charlie
Crist.
the commercials make Charlie Crist look like the worst person in the world. Charlie Crist.
I
was on
hate
crack.
those commercials.
They're so weird.
It's just like all lying.
The worst for the
obviously.
Rick Scott. Rick Scott cheated on his wife. It's like, why is this a commercial? Like,
I hate that shit.
yeah, that should be illegal. You shouldn't be allowed to
Where do I
talk
vote?
poorly
Where do I
about
vote? I got to figure that out.
There should
another candidate.
the way voting for like elected officials should be is that you never see their face, you do not know their name, you don't know anything about them, what they look like, name, age, anything. They just have points of what they are going to do, and you just vote based on the points that they believe in. That's it. Because most people just vote. It's a
So
popularity contest.
my idea of 4-day work week was shut down, but this is how I want to vote for the politicians.
No, I mean,
Like law
You
school,
see-
anonymous grading.
I was just going to say, you say that all the time that college admission shouldn't show your race, your name.
I agree with
because
you.
it taints
I agree.
the person.
But when I look at like the Speaker of the House, you know, what I mean, the press, what's the name?
Are you talking about the Speaker of the House or the press
No,
secretary?
the press secretary.
Karen
I
something.
want to see that
who's the
because I would never vote for her.
The black chick.
The
Karen
crazy
St. John or
I
whatever.
mean, to be completely honest, first of all, she's better than who's the ginger chick?
She's not. Well,
she is not better than
no,
Jen
she's-
Psaki.
She
Oh,
seems not nice.
I hated
she
Jen
seems like a
Psaki.
better person. Jen Psaki seems like the
me.
least desirable person to be around.
She
Like, she'd be
is
like
Shiv.
Hitler regime.
This woman
Jen
seems like
Psaki's Shiv from Succession.
yeah.
But also, that's the worst job in the world.
Shit from
No matter who your president is, that's the worst job ever.
And the fact that the job is literally to lie, and we've all just accepted that is insane. Like the office of the president should never be
Trump's
lying.
last one was actually decent. That girl, the blonde chick.
Yeah, and yeah, she was decent.
decent.
Yeah, she was decent.
They all just
But
do
also,
it.
like,
It's just a
imagine having to
springboard.
do that for Trump. That's got to be difficult
I
too.
think it'd be a cool job. I like to do it.
You're just covering the shit all day, every day. You're
You
just
get paid by the government.
That's
to
right.
You're
bullshit.
just getting shit upon, and you just
and then
have
you go to
to
Fox News for like $5 million a year.
Yeah,
You
or
do.
if you're Jen
That's-
Sack, you go to MSNBC for $5 million.
Yeah, that's honestly such a sick career move.
For nothing.
I wouldn't want to be a broadcaster, a political broadcaster.
the
How
word-
boring
literally-
is that? Jesus Christ.
Also, like you automatically suck. It's like when I tell you, like
that's what I mean.
anybody who's political, no offense, I think
But
you're
for
annoying.
$5 million, you'll deal with it. I don't care if
I
you think I'm
agree.
annoying.
For
$5
$5 million a year,
You'll
I'm
be
not
gone.
gay, but $5 million is $5 million.
we were speaking of that. I went with Ben, Gabe, and Jay before we went out on Friday night to meet Reconcito, just like a restaurant in Miami. And there was like a really fat, disgusting homeless woman, like really fat, like from my left arm to your right arm, that size, rolls hanging out of her shirt and like dirty. She was homeless, disgusting,
Sad.
sitting down on the floor like right outside the restaurant. So the four of us, I go, how much realistically? Like realistically,
Have sex with her?
to have sex with her. And Gabe was the first one. He goes,
500.
He goes, it'd have to be at least 5,000. We go, 5,000? We're all thinking 6 figures minimum, and you're at 5,000.
Oh,
Ben
it-
was like,
yeah.
it got to be like $1 million.
It's got to
Honestly,
be millions. Yeah.
But
yes.
for us, it's different than you. It's
I
different than you.
would do like 250,000. I probably would do. Just have sex
Would
with
you
her.
rather have sex with her?
It's
Oh, nah, I'd rather have
7
sex.
minutes and then it's done.
7 minutes.
Well, I'd have to pop like a Viagra or something. Because 7 minutes is included, like, because she's not hot, so it's 7 minutes. If she was hot, it'd be 7 seconds. But the 7 minutes is engaged in or is factored in.
Speaking of Viagra, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but a little funny Viagra story last night. One of our friends was like kind of hooking up with a girl, and then he like walked up to a group of guys and was like, "Hey, do you have any Viagra?"
Wait, who? C, the name?
Yeah, don't say anything.
I give initials.
And
No one would know.
And somebody gave him a Viagra and was like, "Let's go, dude! Like, go
he
home."
pop
with-"
it?
No, he didn't. But then she went home alone, and he went back up and was like,
That's the biggest. Of,
"Yeah." He was like, "Oh, yeah,
what a
yeah.
defeat!
You can
that
have
is.
it back.
What a defeat! Oh, horrible.
Jen Sucky."
All right. So what do we got? Anything going on today with any new news, new topics?
Kanye's being like canceled all over the place, but we don't.
Somebody just sent me an Instagram post about
You saw that LA thing?
the guys on the bridge.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Downtown LA, there were a bunch of people that were hanging signs off of like the bridges over the freeways.
Yeah.
Like a pedestrian bridge.
Yeah.
There were signs like Kanye was right, like death to the Jews, like in LA.
Well,
Really?
they're also look.
So Kanye's still standing behind his position.
They're
right?
also Sieg hailing. Like
What does it say?
Kanye is right about the Jews.
Kanye is right about the Jews.
Goyim.
Goyim.
Yeah.
Goyim.
Like Goyim?
Yeah.
Why Goyim?
What does it say?
Just Goyim. TV. And then it references Reverend 3:9 John.
No,
8:44.
Revelations 3:9. So they're giving a Bible verse. And
Yeah.
John 3:4.
John 8:44.
Revelations, what is it? I want to see what they're
3:9.
Let's see. Revelations 3:9 probably talks about the death of the Jews.
I guess I have to send this to you now.
Oh, here, look. Revelations 3:9 in the Bible. This is the quote from in the Bible. I will make those who are of the signature of Satan, who claim to be Jews, though they are not, but are liars. I will make them come and fall down at your feet and acknowledge that I have loved you. So they're quoting a verse in the Bible that says that Satan will be like under the guise of being Jewish.
Okay, first of all,
at the end of the
they're
world.
ignorant fucks.
In
But that's
Revelations.
okay though. Meaning they could put that shit. No one.
Well,
where is that in the news?
Well, no, people are pretty upset.
It's
about
nowhere
it.
in the news, but it's all over my Instagram feed from all the fucking Jews. Not fucking Jews.
But
From
also-
all the Jews on my Instagram. I don't know.
Whoa, Kanye, relax.
Yeah. No, but seriously, it's fucking ridiculous.
But also, like, would you ever? I mean, you never listen to Kanye, but like, I don't. He means nothing to me. I'll
Right,
still
but that
listen to his
doesn't-
music. I don't give a shit.
It's not that he
He
means
has the
nothing.
following.
Right, exactly. Hitler meant nothing until he meant something.
true, but it's also Kanye. It's
Kanye
different.
has more Instagram followers than Jews that exist. That's pretty fucking dangerous.
times like 20 probably.
Yeah, but that's
That's pretty wild
You
if
don't
you
see
think
that
about
that's
it.
dangerous?
And how many Jews exist in the world?
Like 16 million, I think.
that's nothing.
That's wild that Kanye is more. Imagine having more Instagram followers
How
than
many
Jews.
in the world? 14.8 million.
How many?
How many people live in Boca Raton?
How many iguanas are there?
Boca Raton
it's
population.
It's like 101,000 or 98,000.
98,000. How the fuck did you know that?
Wow, he looked it up.
How many people live in
No,
Miami?
because
Miami
I Google this
population.
stuff for work.
Miami population is only 461,000. That's nothing. I thought it'd be in the
Wow,
millions.
me
lot.
too.
I thought it'd be in the millions.
Millions.
What's New York population?
What's Israel's
8 million.
population?
New York City population is 8 million people.
8.38 million. Whoa, we got fucking Encyclopedia Brown over here.
What's his Israel?
8 million.
8 million people in Israel?
He has too much time on his hands. Are you working?
9.2.
Oh,
All right, that's pretty good.
Close, yeah.
Close.
Wow,
Are you
that's
working?
scary. That's scary.
How many followers does Kanye have? Got to be 50 million, right?
Shows you how pathetic our world is.
Kanye. But he's 18.3.
So he has more followers than
The
Jews.
Jews that exist.
That's wild.
4 million, too. Like, that, not an insignificant amount.
Wow.
He has issues. Look at what he's posted recently on Instagram. What did he post? Screenshots of shit. I don't even know what this
He's a fucking
what any
idiot.
of this means.
I mean, it is pretty wild, the people that they do take off of Instagram and not Kanye. Oh, no, they did take him off Instagram, I thought. Right? And
No,
then
not Instagram.
Facebook?
Twitter.
And then Elon Musk was like, you are my friend, and then added him, right? Something like that.
I don't know.
No, they didn't take him off Twitter. They
They
took
did.
him off
No, they suspended him. They didn't take him off permanently. They suspended
of
him.
Instagram, you're saying.
Twitter.
And Instagram, because remember he was like, Mark Zuckerberg, you were my friend. You don't remember this?
Yeah, but I guess he's back on because that's his page.
But
But he's getting dropped from all the shit. And did you hear that he's trying to buy Parler? Like, not trying. He's
What's
going to buy
Parler?
Parler. Parler is like the Republican Twitter. Remember when Twitter was canceling everyone?
Those things
and
are
then
so
Trump
stupid.
like moved over to Parler.
Oh.
So stupid. But Kanye's going to buy them. That's fucking weird.
The only reason Kanye's dangerous is because he's worth hundreds of millions. That's what's scary.
It's because people look up to him. That's the only reason
Yeah.
why he's dangerous.
that's even
He
right.
is a school.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard about the Donda School?
Oh my god.
And it's also
Donda
not,
Academy, it's called.
It's also not it's not an accredited school. So you pay $15,000 a year. Your kids go there 9 to 5, and they don't get school. They then still need to go to school after.
And it's all like, it looks like a cult. I'll show you. They all have to wear these outfits.
Yeah.
What's with people?
And they start the morning off, and the morning they have to, like, they have morning prayers or whatever, and they just say, like, good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda, like, for minutes.
Okay, you understand. Where is the school?
Probably Chicago.
No, I think it's in, like, Calabasas, where he lives. I think.
People
Donda
are
Academy.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, this is from
People are
Rolling Stone. What the hell is
fucking-
going on at Kanye's mysterious new private school? Parkour classes, a cone of silence, and a principal with no apparent formal teaching experience. It's a
world's
whole
over.
thing.
The
They have
world's
an
Core
fucking
classes. This is like East or South Harmon Institute of Technology.
Yeah, shit. Oh, this fucking world is
So yeah,
over.
it's a whole school.
People send their
and
kids
people
there.
send their kids to
Could you
Donda
imagine?
Academy.
Great movie.
I liked it.
Accepted.
Accepted.
Yeah, I
Great
liked
movie.
it.
Yeah. Another thing that
Fucking
happened
idiots.
this week that like no one talked about. No one. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, who came in clutch this week because it's spooky season out there. And when I looked down at my bush this week, I was spooked.
Oh my god.
Even the laugh.
You know, he probably thought about that one all day. Too.
Even the laugh. First of all, yeah, Bronson, you need to fucking not go as a werewolf this Halloween.
Nice. There you go.
Okay?
That was a good one.
I'm using Manscaped to help me not go as a werewolf. For
Yeah,
my
so you can go
costume.
as Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Why? By that.
Because you'd be
'Cause
all
you're
white
white.
and clean.
We're going as Jews, actually, but
Yeah, we are going as Jews for Halloween.
What are you doing?
so we need to be clean shaven.
It's
going
like a
to-
tech.
This
We're
is
going
not,
as-
this is not episodes. It's a Manscaped ad.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
It's
talk
all
about
right.
it. Okay.
It's like a TikTok trend that we're going as Jews, but we will have to shave a nice. Oh no, they're little kids, so we'll have to shave our faces bare.
Can you do
with our
I'd shave
Manscaped
Can you do
Face.
payasses on your balls?
faces on your balls?
Okay.
But yes, Manscaped. It's Halloween season. Whatever your
So
costume
don't
is.
scare anybody by your shit not being cleaned up.
He used that one, basically.
Yeah, I said I was spooked by my
Honestly,
balls.
it's holiday season. You got to stay clean.
Yes,
You got to stay clean.
and Manscaped has the whole plethora of products to help you achieve that goal. What's wrong with the word plethora?
You're a loser.
So I have to tell you, it's very important. Like I told Burke, we FaceTimed the other day. I said you got to go ahead and fucking clean up your nose hairs.
And if you need to clean your nose hairs, the Weed Whacker from
is
Manscaped.
phenomenal. And I use it for
Those
my
nose
ears.
hairs.
Nose and ears.
Yeah, and
not
my
the
ears.
the lawnmower is what you have for your chest, and then that's the trimmer.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it.
There's skin safe technology, wireless charging. You can use it in the
Even
shower.
the razor's a killer.
I can use it in the shower?
The trimmer.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, it's fully waterproof.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you will clog all your shit up.
What?
So if you're gonna shave a lot of hair, do it when it's dry. No, listen, the floor, and then
And
take
then-
tissue and
yeah.
throw it in the garbage and then clean
I'm
up.
a toilet guy. I'm a toilet guy.
Not only
No, you can't fucking flush in a toilet.
Not only do we tell you which Manscaped products to use, but we also give you tips on how to use them.
let me explain that. Let me say, you cannot throw it. It'll clog your toilet.
Okay.
Just take the dry fucking pubes and the hair.
Ew.
Seriously.
Dry pubes. Wet pubes sounds way worse, though.
Listen. Listen for a minute. You take the dry pubes and you fucking put it in a tissue and put it in your garbage pail.
Fair.
And guys, I will say, like, I didn't Manscape this week. I didn't use any of my shit. And at the club this
Your neck
weekend,
looks good.
I was hanging out with the girl, and I was like, I can't do anything with this girl because I didn't fucking Manscape. And so I didn't. But if I Manscaped, I could have done something. And so that's why you always got to Manscape every week with all the Manscaped products, which you can get at manscaped.com. What are you going to say, Bryce?
I was just going to say, I'm definitely going to use that, like, the good ball one. What's it?
It's called the crop shaver, or it's the ultra smooth
the
package.
razor
The
Sure,
ultra
yeah.
smooth package. I'm using Friday. I'm going to get a haircut.
Oh, you think
and
you're
I'm
getting
gonna
late?
those
You're getting
haircuts.
late over the weekend.
Honestly,
It boosts your confidence.
It does, but Manscaped needs to figure out a way. Whenever you do Manscaped, you're guaranteed not to get laid that night. I don't know why. That's a rule.
Because it inflates your confidence
Yes,
too much.
yes.
Because you're like, my balls look so fucking good
Yes,
that
exactly.
someone needs to see them, and then you're walking around the bar like you're hot shit because your balls
Okay,
are
all right,
like a
so-
baby's butt.
Manscaped needs
how
to be less good than they are right
yeah,
now.
exactly.
How do you order and what's the
So
code?
you can make your confidence skyrocket to the point that it's going to hinder you with women at manscaped.com. If you use the code daddyissues20, you get 20% off and free shipping on your entire order, all the shit. So get it in now before Halloween comes so that you can make sure that you're trimmed up for your costume. And if you get to bring like a lucky witch home, that she won't be worried. She won't be scared by your bush.
So ride your broom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nice.
So ride your
Thanks,
broom.
guys.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
Nice.
All right, so
yes, once again,
Manscaped-
Manscaped, what's manscaped.com, code daddyissues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping.
100% you need to order. It's the best product there is.
The CDC voted.
That's
For-
how she should be shot.
No.
He still exists.
The CDC voted this week, like, quietly. It was, like, not announced. It was quiet.
John, we're doing a vote. Sorry.
It wasn't talked about by any of the news or anything. That they all approved the COVID vaccine to become part of mandatory vaccinations for schools for children. So, like, you know how a kid, when they start school, they have to get their
measles, mumps,
right now
rubella.
COVID, which is shown. We all know now that kids
Does-
do not contract. That kids don't suffer. From
That's
it.
all
They can contract
kickbacks with Moderna.
of course,
Probably.
because
And
now
Pfizer.
that's a huge contract they just secured. Every kid in America is going to have to get COVID vaccines all
For
the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
Wow.
Well, I think people are going to fight that and not send their kids to those schools.
no
Private schools.
private schools, you have to do it too. It's the law of the country. It doesn't matter. The only way you can do it is homeschool, I guess. We had to get our shots for private school.
Well, we got our shots because they want us to get
No,
our
no,
shots
but when you but to get into to go to school before you show up on day one, you have to give your paper. Like, you have to show that you have your shots.
But when you had those shots, you knew you weren't getting the disease. COVID, you still get COVID.
right, if you have the MMR shot, you're not getting measles or mumps. You're not.
And kids today,
Rubella.
even if you got COVID, it's like a flu shot. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like a flu, it's not an issue.
It's literally just so
Oh,
that they can
I have
make
to
money.
I have to get my flu shot.
So, me
It's
too.
literally so they can make money.
I went on
we
a
might have the
boat.
flu right now. That's what we might have.
I went on a boat like probably 5-6 months ago.
I'm
and
going
we
out of town
drove-
Thursday. I'll be fucking pissed for my anniversary.
We drove by the guy on the boat who owns or is like the largest shareholder who started Pfizer or whatever. He owns 3 lots all combined, has 2 tennis courts. And it's like,
He's a multi-billionaire from
yeah. But it's just
And
like,
you know what the best part is? Is that there's no liability whatsoever.
Right.
that's
Full immunity.
wild that they
Full
passed
immunity.
that. That's wild.
No liability. And what's even crazier is that the biggest fines for corporate malfeasance to exist in the world, right? Like, the biggest fines that governments have given out for companies doing bad shit knowingly is to Pfizer.
Really?
Like, yeah, they and what's the other one? It starts with an O, the company. Fuck, I don't know. But they've had to pay billions and billions of dollars in fines because they do bad shit.
Could you imagine
And meanwhile, we
being
just
able
give
to
them
right.
no liability.
Crop launch.
Like, that's insane. It's just so fucking corrupt. But there's nothing we can do about it. That's the worst part.
Because
Actually, they can't. I haven't gotten a Pfizer shot.
Because all these fucking politicians are getting money from
Yeah,
these
of course.
companies. Every one of them, they're fucking evil.
The best part is I wanted to show you. So the CDC voted, and it happened on Zoom. So it says CDC votes 15 to 0 to add COVID vaccine to the vaccines for children schedule. So I just want to show you this video that they're voting on. Just let me know what you see.
I'm going to check to make
they're
sure
all on Zoom.
Folks can hear me.
It's all the same room.
Oh, someone's wearing a mask.
Someone's wearing a mask on Zoom
No conflict. Yeah.
in their own home,
The black chick.
separated from everyone.
Wait, which one?
That chick
Oh, that's hysterical.
is wearing a mask
No conflict.
on a Zoom
Yes.
remotely.
Look at
in
these
her own home.
gray hair
They're all in the
liberal.
same room.
Wait,
No, they're
no,
not.
no. Listen,
Top right, girl with the mask.
No.
Those two below, top left,
No conflict.
next to the
maybe.
Asian guy. Those are all the same room.
Yeah, they might be the same room, but maybe
Listen.
like they had a remote. Like if you wanted to be remote.
listen.
But the
These
fact that she's
liberal,
remote and in a-
these liberal fucks voting on this shit. Who the fuck are these people to vote? Look
And
at that guy, the bottom left up one from the left. Look at him. Come on. He's
Is that
voting.
Fauci next to go on the mask?
No, Fauci's not there.
Who is
This
the
was CDC.
Who's in the CDC?
It's government, but it's not elected at all. I mean, no
Do
one should
any of
be.
these people get
It
their
shouldn't
hair
be
fucking
elected.
colored? Seriously, look at
They
these
all have
fucks.
gray hair, but they're old. They
No,
should.
Come on.
You don't get your hair
Guy
colored.
top right looks like a killer. I like him.
He's the only Asian on there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's
They're-
the one that spread it.
It's all white except for 2 people. That feels.
Yeah, look at a black chick wearing a
offensive.
mask. Don't fuck. She's gonna vote. Stupid.
But it's just
fuck.
crazy that like they would approve that when one, COVID doesn't affect children. We know that.
I'm telling you right now, DeSantis will not allow that. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
The
He will
good
not allow
thing
it.
is that the CDC has no legal
jurisdiction.
power.
Right.
They just make recommendations. So they can't force anyone to do this. It's just they're saying now we recommend that.
Oh, so it means nothing.
Every one of
But
those
it's
got
gonna-
people that
you-
voted got fucking paid. You want to
Yeah.
bet?
And you don't think that New York and California and Chicago are going to make it part of their thing?
Guaranteed.
because
I
they're,
think
because
they
they say
already
we
do.
follow the science. The
Guaranteed.
CDC.
Don't they
No,
already?
you don't have to have a COVID vaccine to go to school now. I don't think.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
I am almost positive you do. All these colleges you have to.
Colleges are different than a public school.
I think public schools you have to too.
Maybe, but now it's just part of the normal forever. It'll be part of the
Florida
normal.
won't allow it.
Insane.
It's just crazy. Yeah, that happened
Fucking
this week.
retards. Oh, do not get me sick, Bronny.
Bryce got me sick.
Fucking, I'm right in the middle.
Did you see all the new stuff with the new Scooby-Doo?
No.
They're like making a new Scooby-Doo, which is insane to begin with.
Why?
Why?
Why is it insane that they're
We
making a
said
new
the same
Scooby-Doo?
thing, but meant
Different
complete
ways.
opposite
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
That was why. You were
Why?
you were super excited. They're making a new Scooby-Doo show, like targeted to adults. Like it's going to be an HBO Max animated,
watching
but
it?
it's like
I'll
an
watch
adult
that.
Scooby-Doo, and it's supposed to be like a little raunchy, a little funny. Just come up with something new. But anyways,
But Scooby-Doo's been around for 50 years. They have always made new ones.
no.
No, they made. No.
This is like a new retelling of it because Velma is now Indian.
What?
Like Indian from India, not Native American. And Shaggy is black. And his name's not Shaggy anymore. You ready for this?
Why would they do that?
They changed his name.
Oh, it's him?
I'm not watching
Yeah.
it.
Okay, I'm okay
Sam
with it.
Richardson is
I'm
playing.
okay with it.
I'm
if
not
it's Sam
watching it.
Richardson.
And
it
Mindy
doesn't matter.
Kaling is playing. It's her show. Mindy Kaling
It'll
wrote
probably
it.
be funny.
Where is his name? I want to find it.
Come on, guys. Why are they doing this?
And an Asian Daphne. So an Indian Velma,
Oh, hell
an
yeah.
Asian Daphne, and a black Shaggy.
Asian Daphne, let's go.
But Fred's still
Green
going to be
M&M
white.
and Asian Daphne.
Fred's still white. Thank God. We still got one of them.
Fred's the
And
annoying
the
one.
best part is Scooby is not on the show.
The dog.
What?
Yeah, they're doing a Scooby-Doo show without Scooby-Doo because they can't, because it's going to be a little bit raunchy.
Oh,
Warner
it's mean to
Brothers,
dogs?
no, Warner Brothers didn't want to sully the brand of
The
Scooby-Doo,
license.
so they were like, because Scooby-Doo is such an iconic kids thing that they wouldn't
So
let
what do
the
they
show
call it?
use.
What do they call it then?
It's called Velma
Like,
because it's centered around Velma,
God. And Velma's which one? The short-haired one with the
the
glasses?
like nerdy one,
Oh, give me a fight.
gonna
Is
be
she a
Indian
lesbian?
lesbian. She honestly might be in this.
She
new
was
show.
in Scooby-Doo.
was she?
Had to be.
No, she fell in love with
She liked Fred.
No, she didn't.
no Velma.
Daphne and Fred are
Velma
Right.
fell in love with a guy, the guy from Garfield.
the guy
What
from
was that?
Garfield.
Yo, I don't
Wait,
know.
I want to find what his name was. Shaggy, Scooby-Doo name. Because
I
they
saw
fully
one of
changed
those.
his name and made him black. Norville Rogers.
And
That's
the
what
black.
They did it. They
His
made
name's
it
Norville Rogers?
Norville Rogers.
I mean, that's the worst name ever for. It went from Shaggy to
so like there's
Norville.
Indian Velma and Norville Rogers. And they made him so black. Like
Oh
that's not
my
Shaggy at all.
God.
It also feels a little bit offensive that they took the stoner loser character and made him black. But kept like the cool hunk guy as the white guy. Doesn't that feel a little
Interesting.
Norville Rogers.
Why Shaggy doesn't go by Norville and Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Oh, his real name might be Norville.
Let's see. Although the show changes to canon in the portrayal of Shaggy as a person of color, according to his character poster promoting Velma, he is also going to be referred to by his real name, Norville Rogers. Hardcore fans will remember that Shaggy's last name, Rogers, was revealed in Marvel's Scooby-Doo comics in the late 1970s.
Marvel owns Scooby-Doo?
Maybe they just did a comic run.
Life. Get a fucking life.
His first name, Norville, first appeared in the late 1980s animated series A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, which depicted the mystery gang as young children. Shaggy's real name was chosen by producer Tom Ruger and was based on Oliver Norville Hardy, one of the iconic duo. Oh, so his real name is Norville Rogers.
After the
I think
Hardy
it was
brothers.
Shaggy. But so it was Shaggy originally, and they just gave him Norville Rogers in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because Scooby-Doo's been around since like the 50s. Weird.
Hilarious name. Is now that
That's
he's
the
black
black-ass name.
and they're going back to Norville Rogers is the funniest thing.
Norville
of all
Rogers
time.
is such a black name.
Hilarious.
But yeah, so
I don't
Shaggy's
think
black
I don't
now.
think I think I'll watch it just to see one episode.
I bet you it's good. I bet you it's funny, but it's not Scooby-Doo.
Nothing Mindy Kaling has done in like the last 10 years has been good.
Who's
Since
that,
The
like
Office.
Mindy Project.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
You like that show?
Like she did all these
Yes.
shows on Netflix and none of them are good.
She is a good writer.
That thing that I brought up,
Her
I saw
voice
this.
is annoying. Her voice is annoying.
You know how last week we were talking about all the protests that have been going on where like people have been gluing themselves to shit? These people went to the Porsche factory and like center in Germany, like the Porsche headquarters.
That's gonna kill someone.
And glued their hands to the floor and then glued papers to the Porsches in the museum saying like oil's bad or whatever.
To old Porsches?
How'd they get in there?
Look, I'll show you the picture. Look, see, that's not an old one, but they glued this to the thing. Scientific papers glued everywhere in the Porsche showroom at the headquarters.
How'd they let them get there?
They walked into the, like, remember when we went to the BMW Center? It's like the same kind of thing. They have the factory and the
security
museum.
wouldn't allow get right in there.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see.
What do you mean? Like, once you're glued,
Moment,
security
fuck
can't stop
that.
you.
Oh, look at these fucks.
But why is nobody doing anything? They're just kind of sitting there.
Because they're afraid of being
I
canceled.
guess like as a
It says
security guard,
here-
like what are you gonna do?
Fucking
Nine
what are you gonna do? I
environmental-
fucking rip their hands right off there.
Non-environmental activists chose Autostat on Wednesday evening to
Yeah,
raise
they're
awareness
environmental activists.
about what they call a climate emergency by gluing their palms on the Porsche pavilion floor. The group of 9 that self-identified themselves as researchers and scientists argue that Volkswagen should do its part in slowing down climate change. They underline the manufacturer plays a big role in the fight against pollution since it's the world's second largest car producer. They also point out that VW has the means to lobby the decision makers into doing the right thing. But it's like gluing yourself to the floor really gonna...
First of all,
Let's have a conversation about
they're
it.
trespassing, number one. I'd be like, get the fuck out. They should pour gasoline on them while they're glued.
I think they left them
and then,
in. Like the security left them overnight.
Yeah, what can you do?
Because look,
what,
here...
what can you do? I
No,
hear.
no. What can they do?
Look,
They're
turned
super glued
Look,
to the
this
floor.
says getting ready
You
for the
can't
first
get
night
up.
of sleep inside the Porsche pavilion.
That's
I
hysterical.
think the protesters were fine with it, but they left them in the thing. They turned all the lights off and just left them glued to the floor.
That's
The
a
people
good-
that are
that's
They're
not
not
slowly
really glued to the
floor.
floor. Mark words, they're not glued to the floor. These dumb fucks.
And then did you see today, too?
I would
Like,
take
there's a
them
picture
out.
of them.
Well, that's a nice Porsche.
Yeah. Where does that make
GT3.
it? Okay.
911
Look at
GT3.
these dumb fucking idiots.
See, they're hurting their They're hurting their cause because they call themselves scientists. That's taking away from actual science and scientists.
And it's also like, what?
Your voice
you,
is funny.
You really think I'm going to listen to you now?
Scientists.
But also, there was another... Did you see someone threw mashed potatoes at a Monet painting
Wasting of potatoes.
today or yesterday? Let me see here.
It's amazing they allow this.
$110 million Monet painting in Germany.
Oh, it's ruined?
Now, who?
No,
now,
I think there's a
I want to
glass
say
in front of
something
it.
for a moment. I
And
want
they're
to
doing
say
the same
something.
thing. Super glue and then gluing their hands
I want
to
to
the
say
wall.
something for a moment. See the people standing around?
And they're saying in German, people
Wait,
are starving, people
stop.
are
I'm
freezing.
talking for a moment. If you were there and saw these fucking, would you not tackle them?
No.
You
I
would.
100% would.
You get arrested.
I wouldn't get arrested. You're going to let fucking people destroy and deface other people's property? I would stop that.
$110
You would
million
still get
painting.
arrested, though.
No, I'm.
What if you break that guy's arm or he hits his head and dies? You now go to jail for manslaughter.
I'm not looking to beat the shit out of a guy and make him choke on his own blood. I would fucking tackle him and stop him from doing it.
Dad loves that saying.
Choke on
Choke
his
on your
own
own
blood.
blood.
Fucking assholes.
I'll just be like, I would scream at them, but you can't do anything.
What would
The
that
crazy
do?
thing is this is getting more and more like popular.
Yeah, because
This
it's
way
social
of-
media.
Yeah.
Everyone wants attention.
But hey, it's working. We're talking about them. When would we have ever talked about
That
these two
makes me
random German
hate them.
people?
Guys, what you want to say?
No, it just says what they're saying. People are starving, people are freezing, people are dying. We are in a climate catastrophe. Yeah, but you're not helping. and all of you are afraid, and all you are afraid of is tomato soup or mashed potatoes on a painting. You know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid because science tells us that we won't be able to feed our families in 2050. Oh, speaking of that, you see this crazy shit that
let me tell you, I hate fucking people.
Was it the UN?
I really do. The fucking people need to stand up. If you ever see someone defacing someone else's property, robbing somebody, raping somebody, creating a problem, the community needs to fucking take back your community and fucking fight against them.
Well, like raping or assault is different than somebody ruining a painting.
No,
it's not my responsibility.
Okay, no, I'm telling you right now, if you see someone doing something, you fucking everyone has to. You what's it? You build a village. What's that saying?
I don't know.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. Yeah, fucking, we got to stand up, everybody. You can't let these fucking the minority of people, numbers of people, fucking control and cause havoc and damage. We have to stand up. It's a joke.
I gotta find this video. I think it was the UN or the World Health Organization. Fuck, I gotta find it. Like the head guy at one of those, the UN or the World Health Organization, who's in charge of like food distribution of the world, whatever.
No, it's a position.
Not actually like in charge of, like researching or like hunger or whatever. Said that the next couple, he's like, we are in for a catastrophe in the next couple of years. Let me find it. Why is it not coming out?
Did they ever solve the baby formula issue?
I don't know. I think so. We haven't heard of it.
There's shortages on everything, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But is population increasing or decreasing? Because
population
everyone's saying population is skyrocketing. We're so screwed. But China has never had lower
population is
birth rates.
The rates are decreasing. Like right now, we have the most people ever, and it's been crazy the last 30 years. But like the last 5 years have been an insane amount of decrease in population.
So I mean, isn't that probably a good thing?
No, they're saying it's
I don't think correlate the lack of food issues not due to the population.
Part of it is
it's not.
Our planet can only hold so many people.
But we can hold a lot. We can hold a lot more than we currently have.
But it's supply chain,
especially with modern technology and food.
Right, you can make other kinds of food where you don't need major space. There's plenty of things you can do.
The problem is we've set it up poorly because we're all dependent on each other in bad ways, and then now all the governments of the world are like fucking us over with this shit. Like China, we're super dependent on China for a lot of food. Right, we were dependent on Ukraine for like a bunch of grain, and then all those farms were like burned in this war.
America's gonna take back America.
We don't own our own farmland; it's all owned by the Chinese.
Well, Bill Gates is like the largest farmland owner.
Yeah, right. So it's not even owned by,
which is super weird.
It's owned by like 3 companies, or it's owned by Bill Gates, or it's owned by the Chinese. And then also the governments are putting all these regulations. Like a couple months ago, there were all these, which is no one's talking about. There were all these in the Netherlands. Look, the first thing I typed in was Netherlands, and what's the first thing that comes up?
I can't read it.
It says food shortage, right? That's the first thing that comes up. And then farmers protest. That's what I wanted to talk about. The Netherlands is the government. The Netherlands, like their biggest exporter is their agriculture. Like I think like 80% of their economy or something is from food. That's like what they make. And why can't I find a news article on it? Netherlands food or farmers. The government restricted what farmers can do. I don't know the details about it, but they literally are cutting their own economy in half because they want to like nationalize the farmers. They don't want farmers to like make money or something. So all these farmers in the country are protesting, and they're like, we're not gonna fucking farm this land anymore. But then all these people are like going hungry because they don't have food. So look, also like no one's talking about it, right? Look, do you see? This is the Livingston Parish News, the Center Square News and Dip. It's like, why is not a single real
national one recognized? Yeah,
this says. The Dutch farmer protests give cautionary tale to the U.S. Over the summer, farmers in the Netherlands protested against the government's new environmental rules. Over multiple weeks, thousands of farmers burned hay bales, and blocked roads and food distribution centers in an effort to draw attention to the new EU rules that will paralyze the sector. The government in The Hague attempts to follow EU guidelines, so it's to like be better for the environment. But all the farmers are like, we can't fucking farm under these guidelines. All this shit's it's all.
So basically, you're saying we should buy our own small farmland and make our own food.
Definitely.
Like farmers are set no matter what, right?
Why?
Because they're the ones who make the food. They're never going to have food shortages.
But the farmers can't afford to do their own. Oh, here, finally found it. UN food chief. This is what he's saying.
I want to be a food chief.
Hold on, I'll start over.
We're facing a food pricing problem in 2022 that's creating havoc around the world. Well, if we don't get on top of this thing quickly, and I don't mean next year, I mean this year, you will have a food availability problem in 2023, and that's going to be hell all right. We're looking at an $11 billion shortfall of food production inside Africa alone. Now, I could go to Central America, South America, same issues on droughts. India, devastated by heat and drought, and it can go on and on. We were able to avert famine in the last couple of years as I went to the leaders of the world, said if you don't respond, you will have catastrophe on catastrophe, particularly in the height of COVID. And the leaders did respond. We averted famine. But then Ukraine comes on, shutting down the breadbasket of the world that produces enough food to feed 400 million people.
I did not know that about Ukraine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I just said that Ukraine like gives all the grain, like most of the grain to the world.
400 million people.
Yeah.
So Russia's going to take it over, then America has to get involved.
Not even take it over. All the fields are burned. It's like they're in a war. So no one's, they're in a war. Farmers aren't like tilling the grain.
What happened with the gas pipe? Did it ever get fixed?
Ooh.
I don't know. But remember, it was shut off.
I forgot what.
Yeah.
No, but what did they
No one knows.
do an investigation?
No one knows. Probably all corrupt shit that they probably.
It's like you hear about news for 4 days and you hear nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the hot
that's
seat.
Because something else happens. It's fucking ridiculous.
One of our Patreon members DM'd us. They said they're in Switzerland right now, and they were asking about what people over there thought, and they said that everyone in Switzerland that they talked to says that they know that it's the U.S. that blew it up.
Interesting.
Which is kind of weird. Like, why would they be thinking that in Switzerland, but you don't hear it on our side?
We are nothing now.
It's just crazy. All this shit's happening, and like no one. Right? You saw. I googled Netherlands protests. Not a single news article I could find about it.
Because it has nothing to do with the midterm elections.
This food shortage thing about the UN chief, it took me like 7 minutes to find it.
It's all Jen Psaki's fault.
So should I buy those cases in case of those preparatory food things?
You should just buy like food. That's like if everything like goes
Well,
to
I'm
shit.
saying, but you just have hot water and you have meals. I mean,
Should we
there's
become
something you said
doomsday
about that.
preppers? I'd be down to run a little prep for a couple months.
I wonder what the cost of that might do that.
Like MREs.
Like a couple of
they're
grand
called.
worth.
What's that?
That's what they're called. I don't know what that stands for.
They do go bad though.
No, they're years on the show.
Meal ready to eat. That's what they're called.
No, but I'm
MREs.
talking about you buy the buckets, the big buckets, whatever they
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah, you buy like it's like they come in like 6 months supply, like year supplies.
Yeah, you got to fucking do that. I think I'm gonna do that. It's worth taking a couple grand.
It's a bit discouraging when you look at the people in charge and they're all telling you that like one thing's the problem, but then it's like no, we all actually know what the real problem is. Like food is the most important thing in the world to everyone.
And water. But yeah.
Yeah,
We just don't think about that here.
but
You
the
think
fact
we're
that
gonna
like
have an issue with water,
No.
you can always boil water.
I mean, yeah,
And
but
you have natural gas to the house.
I mean, there's like the whole country is
well,
like in a
they
drought.
shut off.
no,
It doesn't go straight to the deposits. Like it comes from a pipe. The natural gas, they can shut that off.
Well,
at the
no,
same.
boiling.
Yeah.
You can always start a fire. That's easy to start a
Right.
fire. You don't need to worry about.
Turtle Bay.
Natural
Eustace Conway over here.
But you could always start a fire.
If
Yes,
somebody knows who Eustace Conway is, that'd be wild.
I know who Eustace Conway is.
That's why I said it.
It's like we all have these real issues, and they're talking about like stupid ass shit.
Because our government's corrupt, it's all about money. They don't give a fuck
it's like
about the people. They just care about the fucking moment. What's
I
in their
also
pocket.
think a big thing is that they know like food shortage is like a really hard issue to solve, and it's like really crazy, right? So it's like hard if the government is all about wins, right? Because they want to get reelected, so they just need wins under their belt,
Correct.
to get reelected. You're not
gonna
solving
talk-
food shortages within 2
and
years.
you're not going to talk about food. You're going to scare people.
Right.
That's going to create a rabbit hole effect.
So they
It's gonna be a
do
problem.
things that they can win or that they can solve.
They talk
in
about.
the meantime.
They don't solve shit. But they talk about positive things, whatever. And if they started talking about food issues, and we got inflation on top of it, you got high gas prices, you got crime, you've got all these issues, you got homeless people, you got people coming from
There's too
over the
much
border.
shit. There's too much
the
shit.
food would
There's too
cause
much shit.
fucking riots.
But like whoever the next president is, even if it's the perfect person, like the ideal candidate, they can't solve all the
Like
shit that's going
DeSantis,
wrong.
I agree.
That's why task
Right, like even
force-
DeSantis, there's
you
no
can't solve
way
it.
that we can
Unless
solve all
we
the shit
keep
that's
it
going
in
on.
America.
Yeah, right. Like
That's what task forces.
what's it called?
Q4.
thing.
committees.
Whatever.
No, but what's it called? A delegate. Like you delegate certain.
That's what the president's really supposed to do, I guess.
Correct.
But whatever happened with, remember Elon Musk was like, if you release your financials, I'll solve world hunger with $6 billion. Or remember he said,
Something
whole
about
cover
that.
that? Did they? I guess they never released their
don't know.
financials.
Probably
Who's
not.
they?
I think it was like the World Health Organization or this,
Something. Yeah, I
not
remember
CC.
that.
It was like, I think
he
it was the
probably
World
did
Health
nothing.
Organization.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, if you release your taxes and your budget, you said it costs $9.7 billion. I'll give you $10 billion to solve world hunger.
Yeah.
And nothing ever happened.
Of course, nothing ever happened. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be a big problem, but I think that there's a reason why this shit doesn't come out. You can't have it all. There'll be a major problem.
I know Dad will. I'm totally flipping this switch here. I know you'll agree with me. Going kind of to the preppers thing. If I could guarantee that you would survive a zombie apocalypse for 7 days, would you totally want to live in the zombie apocalypse for 7 days?
7 days? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
Like
whole
the
would be
world,
over.
like the world's coming to an end. There's
We'd be on our
zombies running
roof.
around
We all
and
have
we're, like,
friends.
on the roof, like shooting zombies and stuff.
It'd be
And
cool.
I can guarantee you're not dying.
Do you think if there's like a real zombie, like let's say a zombie apocalypse, like a big one, like in The Walking Dead, right, where 95% of the world is turned into zombies, are you really like trying to survive every day, or are you just like killing yourself? Because
Oh no, I would try to survive.
are you?
Well, think about
I
all
think
the
about it all the time because I'm like,
rebuilds.
it's such a hard life that you're committing to for what?
But life
The life that, by the way, that life is
But
Life.
life for what? Everyone else is dead.
doesn't
Everyone.
matter.
that
I have
life
my
is just the
family.
normal life that people lived.
What if
in
it
like
was just you? What if
800?
it was I Am Legend situation?
I'm killing myself.
And you're Will Smith, and it's just you. Everyone else is dead. You're the
Oh
only
my god,
person.
nighttime would be so depressing.
Not Sam, not the dog.
But the dog lives 10 years. You're fucked.
Yeah, but then you live
Even the
10
dog.
years.
I think if I'm Will Smith, I Am Legend, I'm killing myself. What do I have to live? What's life? There's no point. Who the fuck cares?
He had hope. He
And yeah, he said,
kept
but there were other people.
broadcasting. Yeah, that's
there were
what I'm
other
saying.
people. You gotta have hope and faith, bro.
I just think realistically, like I watch The Walking Dead.
I Am
They're doing all this
Legend.
shit, and it's like after
They
a
ruined.
year, I'd
They
be
ruined,
like,
no,
okay,
they
of
ruined the
course,
show. They
of
ruined
course
the
they
show.
did.
Like,
Yeah.
but I Am Legend was, I think, a
Great movie.
good movie and eerie a little
The
bit.
book blows the movie
I'm not
away.
reading it, though.
It's a completely
Yeah,
different
I'll
story.
watch the movie.
They're so
You know,
different.
it's an original one.
Yeah. Oh, the Omega Man.
The Omega Man, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Charlton
Yes,
Heston.
Charlton Heston, the Omega Man.
Yeah. The book is called the Omega Man. No, the book's called I Am Legend.
Was it a good movie?
Yeah, the original. But the
It
book
was.
is the book's so different, and the book is amazing. It's such a cool idea because they're like zombie vampires in the book, and they can talk and think, like they
Interesting.
and they form their own society fully. And he is still human, and they like come around his house at night, and one of them pretends to be human and like pretends she's hurt, and he takes her into his house and like nurses her, and it turns out she's one of them, and then he like tries to kill her and she escaped. But it ends basically, the whole theme of the book is that they finally capture him and bring him into like their compound and into their society where they all live. And he's like looking around, he's a prisoner, and he's like looking around at all these people's faces, all these like zombie vampires, and they're all afraid of him. And he's like, what's going on? Why are they afraid of me? I'm the one afraid of them. And it turns out that like the whole time he was the monster to them, because every night he would go out hunting them, killing them. He thought they were the villains, but he was the villain to them. And so that's why it's called I Am Legend, because he was like how vampires are legends to us, right? He was the legend to the vampires. And so the whole idea was like you don't know what the other people think about you. You don't. It was so. This one was just as stupid as action zombie movie.
No.
But I liked it.
I figured out why he had hope. Because remember, he was a doctor, and his whole
can
thing was he
cure
was
it.
going to cure
Oh, and
it.
he didn't have he was immune to it.
Yes.
That's what it was.
So that was the thing. That's why he stayed alive, because he was like doing it for the betterment of society.
But still, after 6 months of that, would you still have your hope?
And rewatching Shrek over and over.
Is that what he did?
I think so. Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like donkey. Remember?
Yeah.
By the way, if it's Walking Dead zombies, I'm game. That would be awesome.
Walking Dead zombies I can do.
If it's World War Z, oh
They're
my
fast.
God.
totally.
They move fast.
World War Z zombies, just I'm shooting myself in the
So-
head.
What if it was Zombieland zombies?
That's in between.
In between.
When
Walking Dead zombies I could do because they're just like they're walking.
yeah, and they're dead.
What if it was
Nah.
what if they ruined that show? What if it was the one that was Shaun of the Dead?
Shaun of the Dead.
That's
those are
Walking
normal
Dead.
zombies.
That's Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
that
great
movie, by the
point.
way.
I had a great point before Zombie. Oh, when you were still living in LA, right when COVID happened, the first night I came home, Where was Burke?
I remember talking to you on the phone that first day I got off work, and I was going to the supermarket, and the shelves were empty. I remember
When
the
I was
conversation
still in New Orleans,
Yeah.
right? And I was trying to plan a road trip to get home.
Yes,
Anyways,
whole different world.
crazy. I got home, and it was just, I guess Burke would go to sleep, Mom would go to sleep, and Dad and I had nothing else to do. He couldn't go to work. Like, we were still there. So we would just stay up late watching apocalypse movies.
We did watch
for
them.
like
you and I.
2 weeks.
We watched
Yeah,
every
we would
movie.
scare
I was doing that myself in
We're
LA.
like,
We would scare
we're like,
ourselves.
wait a minute. That's what's going on now.
Yeah, we're
That's
like-
what movies written 20
That's
years
what was
ago.
fun about
Oh,
watching
no.
those,
Yeah.
though.
And we watched after we watched World War Z, we looked at each other, we were like, let's just hope it's not this one. Like, please don't be this one.
That's a good
But
movie.
the Train of
Great
Busan
movie.
was still the
Train
best.
to Busan was the best one.
Like, those zombies, are you really fighting through that shit? I don't want to.
Not the Train of Busan.
Wouldn't you just
one.
give up? Like, isn't it just
But I
easy?
love
Nah,
that
but the
guy.
darkness thing was cool.
Which one?
Darkness?
Remember, they went in the tunnel, and remember they went in that tunnel in the train,
Yeah.
and all the zombies freeze. I guess like when it gets
I don't remember.
dark, like
They only like could.
in light, they
Yeah.
only do stuff in light.
They
You don't
only
remember
sense you
that?
in light or
So then
something?
they
turned quickly,
They're
too.
walking through, and then the tunnel ended, and then they all looked.
Oh, yeah.
and the big guy was still there.
That
and
big
he-
guy's a fucking legend.
He's the man. They call
Yeah.
him like the Asian Rock or something like that.
But they turned quickly in Train of Busan.
All right, should we do a fatherly advice?
Sure.
All right, this one's from Hannah. This says, "Hey John and Bron, I could really use some fatherly advice. My mom has been dating this guy for over 2 years that my brother and I can't stand. My mom has told me countless times that she would never marry the guy due to his anger issues. Sure enough, they just returned from a 2-week trip around Europe and they got engaged. For context, the man really does have anger issues and regularly curses and screams at my mom, my brother, and myself.
Wow.
Even worse, he has no job and relies on my mom and his mom for money. Yep, that trip around Europe was completely funded by my mom. He berates and belittles her for buying expensive things for herself, such as purses, but has no trouble taking from her or telling her how to spend her money. I'm also extremely bothered by the fact that this man with no children tells my mom how to raise and treat us. I respect the hell out of my mom and know that she would do anything in the world for her children, but I don't understand why she'd compromise her relationship with us because of this guy. I guess my question is, what do I say to my mom? It's difficult for me because I respect her so much, and I, as her 21-year-old child, don't feel completely comfortable telling her what to do or how to live her life. It just breaks my heart that she's being verbally abused and taken advantage of. It also hurts that she would ever consider marrying a man that doesn't get along with her kids. Is there anything I can do or say? Also important to add is that my mom is in her mid-50s and the guy just turned 40. Thanks. That's a rough one.
100%. You have to fucking tell your mom to dump this guy. She needs to get into therapy while she has such low self-esteem. This guy is fucking abusive, okay? And your mom is not thinking straight. She's probably feeling he's making her feel good about herself, but she has low self-esteem.
She definitely needs therapy, the mom.
And that he's taking the money, which is really yours and your brother's money, because it's your mother's money too. And if he's being abused for it, you need to fucking set your mother straight.
With
and
your
don't,
brother, though.
That's
With your
what I was
brother,
going to
listen,
say.
with
And
your
you
brother,
do it nicely. You don't say,
Yeah.
Mom, he's a fucking asshole.
No, but if
And
you listen,
you need facts to back
listen
it up,
to no,
too.
listen to me, Hannah. If your mother doesn't listen to you, because this guy's a fucking loser, doesn't have a job, he's a fucking loser. If your mother doesn't listen to you, then you need to be estranged from your mother, you and your brother. Because I'm telling you right
Well,
now,
that's hard. She just
no,
said
listen
she
to me.
loves her. She
Let me
respects
finish
her.
for a minute. She will literally end up choosing you. If you make it too easy, you're gonna have to give your mother an ultimatum. This guy's toxic. He's
I was
a
going to say
problem.
ultimatum. I was going
You
to
have
say
no
you
choice.
gather all the people that you know that care about your mother that will be on your side, right?
Yes.
Aunts, uncles, co-workers, best friends.
Start first with you
and
and
have
your
an
brother.
intervention. Like sit your mom down, and if everyone in her life that cares about her sits her down and is like, this needs to end, then hopefully she'll see.
And you'll see when she breaks up with this guy's getting abusive. You're gonna see that. I'm telling you right now, because your mother is his meal ticket. He's a fucking loser.
So we all agree that she definitely needs to say something to her mom.
And an
How does
ultimatum.
she?
Wait, and an ultimatum. She
So
has
how
to
do-
because
what does she do?
your mother doesn't want to lose you and your brother. And if you make it too easy, your mother has very low self-esteem. I'm telling you.
But what does she do?
Should her and her brother stand up to the guy if they hear him yelling at
Well,
the
I don't
mother?
know how old the brother is. That's the problem.
Like,
If
to
the
me,
You don't stand up.
well,
if the
to
brother's
me,
15, if the brother's 22,
yeah.
then
If it
you
was
stand
me
up.
and now I was in that case,
You
I would say
stand up.
something to the
But,
guy.
Oh, you're 240. Though. You're
Exactly.
20.
And I would
What if something bad happens?
like what?
You know what?
A fight and someone gets really hurt. That's not worth it.
Okay, no.
You can use your words without fighting.
No. But you say like, don't talk to my mom that way.
Right,
Treat
yeah.
her with respect. And then if
that
he-
might make the guy even worse to the mom behind closed doors, though.
then she's a fool. I'm telling you right now, if your mother is a loving mother and loves you too, you must give the ultimatum and she'll fucking choose you.
That's
I hate
hard.
to sound
I
like a
feel so
dick, but you
bad.
have to do it. No, the guy's a loser.
No, I feel so bad for the kids.
No, they have to. I think the kids are very mature that they're reaching out
Not
to
that
us.
they have to talk to them that they're in that situation. That's sad.
It's sad. Hannah, I appreciate you reaching out to us, and I'm telling you, you're talking to Bronson and Bryce, who are your age in that realm, to give you advice. And I'm talking as a parent. If any girl that if I were dating, other than my wife, who's their mother, if my kids gave me an ultimatum, and I trust my kids, they weren't being jealous, they weren't being assholes. If my kids gave me an ultimatum because I believe my kids have my best interest at heart, I would choose my kids all day long. And I think your mother would do that too. And the longer your mom,
Clearly,
will
the
thank
mom.
you.
I mean,
She's
this
not
is gonna be
thinking
hard.
straight.
I was gonna say clearly the mom has bad judgment. Like the mom
listen,
needs.
Sometimes you get into a relationship. you
No,
don't-
guys, but she probably
Yeah.
has low self-esteem. She's got a younger guy. She probably, Hannah hates this, but she's probably having physical relations with him, and she feels better about herself. And she knows that, and maybe she had a problem dating before. Who the fuck knows if she's insecure? And this guy is manipulative, and he's a fucking trash loser. He doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
And spending her
40-year-old
money.
man doesn't have a
Going to
job.
Europe on her money. By the way, Hannah and your brother, he's taking your fucking money.
Yeah, you guys just need to stand. Like, you just need to speak to your mom about it. Just just bring up the subject.
Not
and
easy,
talk-
but you have to do
together.
it.
Yeah, and
For
just talk
sure.
to her about it and see what she says.
If she gets defensive, then you got to live your own life.
No,
I'm
but you
telling
also got to go with
Yeah,
backup.
you have to make your peace, and then if she's not listening,
You got to live your life.
Then you just
because
move on.
it's hard for you to see if you love your mother and you see her being abused by this guy. You can't take part in it. You can't witness it. You have to live your own life.
And say, remember the time he did this to you? Remember you told me you'll never get married to him because he's an issue, and now you're getting married.
Dating the guy, he's a fucking loser.
Wait, no job.
Loser.
yeah.
Wow.
Well,
That sucks, Hannah.
Hannah,
Sorry
I
to hear it.
want to know the outcome, please. And if you need to speak to me, please DM Bronson, and he will give you my cell number, or we'll coordinate a Zoom call one night that Bronson and I can have, and you can pick our brain, and we'll be more than happy to talk you through it further and give you a pep talk for you and your brother before you have the talk with your mother. But we are welcome to collectively have a Zoom. Don't you agree, Ronnie?
Sure.
Yeah.
of
So
course.
we'll be more than happy if you can DM Bronson. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I love you guys.
Love you too.
All right. Last episode of
I'm really.
House
That's
of Dragons.
how upsetting is that?
Oh,
We're not going to get another one until 2024.
we'll have to find another thing to watch on Sunday night.
I know, but it's just like such a.
I
It's been
agree.
such a fun 8 weeks.
It's going to be a crazy episode.
crazy.
I'm pumped.
Above, hell yeah! All
right, love you guys.
Love you too.
You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.